Well, hello and welcome YouTube. Brandon Robinson back here with yet another brand new exciting video for you. And it's got to be exciting because if you look right now at not the splash screen, the standing screen, we are still neck and neck with the overdogs. The cats versus dogs. I'm more of a dog lover myself, but when it comes to Bearcats versus overdogs, I'm going to take the Bearcats all the way. Orange and black, just like the Giants, baby. Now, we're in good condition in the sense that we have more than... We've been tearing it offensively the last couple games, and our pitchers have held their own. Izzy, should have been a shutout. It was my fault. 1 run performance, complete game. Emily, 4 runs in 1 inning. I mean, you know, you can't take that away, but 4 runs, the rest were shut out. Tony got the last 2 outs. Callista with the throw out the plate, completely reminiscent of the second to last game of the year, the senior game. Caught a fly ball. I forget if she caught one or got a ground ball base hit to her, but fly ball, threw it to home, got them out to end the game from left field, just like that. I love reliving this just like it's real life, and that's what we were able to do there. Anyway, we are 20 runs up in the run differential department over the overdogs. So even if we both win out the next 2 games, you know, the overdogs really have to score a lot more compared to their opponents and hold us to not scoring so many. Like, we have to win by 1 run each, and they have to win by 10 runs each for the next 2 games should it come into that. So tiebreaker is in our favor. We are looking to take the 1 seed, which is just awesome. And what's also awesome about this, I just noticed this here, we are playing the Platypi. We just played the Platypi, and we're playing them at their park again. So we're going to see that Colonial Stadium, whatever it's called again. We hit the cover off the ball last game. Like 7 or so home runs. Let's see, Rice had 3, Monet had 2, Gabby had 2, Morella had 1, Emily had 1. That's 8 home runs that I can think of right now, just off these 2 little hands here. And I'm excited to keep going. Now, Rice is going to have this game off here. This is our second to last game of the season. She's going to start with this game off. I feel confident in our stuff, but we are facing their number 1, who looks like he has a little bit of mojo. And Jodie, let's see what she can do. She's at fair, not juiced or anything, like Izzy and Emily were. The ballpark does play just a hair smaller than our home ballpark, so I got to be careful, not let that ball leave the yard. Anyway, let's get started here. I did say I'm going to do a little bit of this here. Monet is getting 1 more game behind the plate, and Rice is going to catch the last game of the year, and then a lot of the playoffs here. I'm going to promise myself to get most of these players in here. Actually, all 5 of them. All 5 of these players are going to be in the starting lineup. So let's start with Julia playing at third. Jaro playing at second, or second base. Yeah, Morella will be out if Julie is in here. Jodie's my pitcher for this one. Let's keep Gabby in, who stayed hot. Let's keep her hot here. Taylor coming back in this ball game. Let's take Jada out of this one and go for Dulce. Swap Dulce with Taylor as far as position goes. And Kendall, we're going to have Otus play here. Okay, so now look at the positions, or the lineup itself swapping. Taylor on top, of course. Let's try Jaro in the 2 spot here. She's doing pretty well as of late. She didn't get to start or play that last game at all. But I think that I'm going to power swing a lot less with her. And let's see if that helps. I'll power swing with her when I need to. But if Taylor's on base, I might not need to. We'll see. I might just end up, I say I won't, and then I end up power swinging with her. Because that's just what I'm like. Gabby's played the hot hand here. Let's bat her 5. Julie back at that 8 spot where I do like her there. And let's get Jodie down at the bottom because I got speed at the top to take care of the rest. All right, I like the lineup. It's looking good. Let's see first base versus right field, though. Let's see, where's more of the arm? Let's get the arm more in right field as long as she's hot. I want to get the arm out there. Let's put Otus at first base. All right, I'm ready to go. Let's play this one. Colonial Plaza one more time. Might feel bad if I do it to them the same way I did last time. See, their starter will probably do pretty okay with me. We'll see. And I speak nothing about their offense right now. Emily just rode it hot very well, and I was able to hit her spots as long as I could. And then I started to fall off in that last inning, the bottom of the 9th, and you saw me have to switch there. But we'll see what Jodie can do here. I want to have Jodie have that kind of game, but we're facing their starter, and, you know, if they go to their bullpen, I think their bullpen's a little depleted. We did face all of them and hand it to some of them in good ways. Ooh, look at the haze of the lights there as we are in downtown Plazaville. I don't know what this is called. Really weird where you see all these different streets, and we saw the parade people last time and stuff like that as well. I like the park. I tend to like the more spacious parks or the ones with more of different dimension things, and it's funny because my home park's not like that. But I do like the aspects of this park, and I like playing night games as well. Alright, so lobs one in for a strike, and hammers one in strike two, up and in on the first two pitches. Working me down that way, no problem. Taylor's got a nice poke to start off the game. Lead off double, a lot of foul ground here. Haven't seen it affect anything yet. We're kind of waiting for that to happen. Already lowers his mojo. He's already normalized right now. I am going to contact swing with Jaro. I want to find a way to move Taylor over here to get it started. I want to secure myself that early lead. And now they have two strikes. Let's go. By the way, this might not move her over. We got to see his arm as soon as I run. How's his arm? Great. We are not running on that. By the way, and I can't say it this way because the homers really took care of things, but working his mojo down little by little and getting the right people up in the order was the important thing. Last game, we went down 4-0 in a certain inning. I can't remember. I think it was after the bottom of the third. Maybe the bottom. I cannot remember. But they scored 4 runs in an inning. I want to say bottom of the third. Some inning later, maybe the top of the fourth, Paige Stoveland comes up, and she gets walked. Nice, Paige! And she gets walked. I draw the walk with Paige. And, you know, sometimes we say the stuff little by little. Look, they're up by 4 runs. You cannot afford to walk people when you're up by 4 runs. In this game, maybe you can, because it all depends on who's going to do what. Paige's pretty hot, but no one was on when she came up. You cannot afford to walk people when up by 4 runs. And what I want to say is, it all started off with a leadoff walk, or whatever it was. Maybe there was 1 out, but it all started off with a walk. We had no runs. Ooh, look at that foul ground. Real estate. Whew. It all started off with a walk. After Paige walks, Raya, I think, gets a single or something. Let's not score yet. I think Raya hits a shot in the gap or a single or something like that. And then Morella doubles in Paige. And then, oh gosh, I can't remember all the results from there. Gabby, I think, did something as well. Hammer someone. Okay, let's tag up. I'm going to send both runners here. Let's see if they go to second at all. They are not. So Monet's going to tag up and go to second base. Ill-advised play for them to go to home. You automatically yell 2 there. You can't get an out at home. Doesn't matter if they're running. Got Monet over, and that's beautiful. All right, Pahina. Paige Otus. Here we go. Let's do it. A little late. Let's go contact swing for now. Well, Monet's on second base. I don't expect her to score with a base hit. Ugh, I missed the spot. Good to score 2 runs to start off with. Who's that, McStevens? Oh, Willie Bacon. Beefcake McStevens. Ooh, he's not batting third. They changed their lineup. With Jodie with a comfortable lead to start, I can't start by walking this leadoff hitter either. Same kind of thing. If he earns his way on, great. He's got great contact. You kind of expect him to. But you can't just give it to him for free when you have this lead. Okay? If they score 1 run this inning, that's great. If I leave 1 over and he crushes it, 2-1. You know what I mean? So right now I got to play with this lead. I got to play it kind of like a chess match where you're able to sacrifice. Ooh, play it deeper, 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 just like this. Perfect angle. That's all right. Just a double. Let's hold him to 2. Ooh, careful on that throw. Careful on the throw. Careful on the throw. Oh, good backup, Jodie. Look at that foul ground back there. I love that this game has a backup and it actually works. It's actually productive. Man, you can see a lot of cases where that won't be the case. And I like that they played that actually realistically. Pitcher goes and backs at that position. You don't need a pitcher to be covering bases. You don't need to afford them getting hurt or, you know, they're the worst defenders out there. Not always true, but their focus, is on something else out there. Nice, Paige. And it is to throw your way into outs, to command that strike zone, to work your pitches in perfect sequence. Why is he swinging, man? They're acting like me right now. Oh, and like I just said, play your position. That's not the first time that's happened, though, and I'm not saying with Jodie. Alyssa missed one like that as well. Something about the pitcher getting over, maybe it being a tense situation or something where, good that it's an error, because it doesn't affect Jodie's ERA, even though it does affect her mojo, because she's the one who missed it. You know, that's something where, in real life, that's kind of a struggle, too. Normally, it's not as troublesome to actually catch it, but to find the bag after. Those who remember Armando Galarraga for the Tigers know exactly what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, he actually touched the bag, but he had a perfect game going into the 9th inning with 2 outs. Ground ball goes to first base. I think it's Miggy Cabrera who gets over on the backhand side, so Galarraga has to get over and cover first, peel up the line. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this before, I do PFPs with my softball pitchers, too. I have them get over and cover. You can do it in softball. You can. Anyway, Galarraga gets over. It depends on the runner. But Galarraga gets over. He tries to find his footing on the base path. I can't mimic it because you can't see my feet. Ooh, sorry, Dulce. But he He tries to kind of tap his foot a couple times and recover and get that last out. Jim Joyce, the first base umpire, couldn't see that necessarily. You know, he couldn't see an out. And the one way that I'll respect what Joyce called with that is, if you personally don't see an out, you shouldn't be calling it out. You can't make assumptions about certain things, and you should be in the best... Ooh! That must be Beefcake McStevens. You should be in the best position possible in order to call that out the way you're supposed to. You should be. Was he in the right spot? Apparently not right enough. Get out of here. This is like Oakland's foul ground. So Galarraga going over to first base, according to Joyce, misses first base. All right, Jody, help yourself out, kid. Galarraga apparently misses first base, quote unquote. Joyce calls it that way. Nope, safe, off the bag. And runner reaches base. Whether they call it a fielding error or a base hit, I think it was a base hit. I think so went the no-hitter. Perfect game is now blown. It's not the first time. In fact, I remember another one. I think it was, I don't know if it was Mike Mussina or, let me remember this. I think it was. I don't think it was Andy Pettit. I think it was Mike Mussina or somebody pitching for the Yankees. Can't remember. Carl Everett comes in to pinch hit for Boston. Gets a single, I think, up to center field. 2 outs in the 9th inning. There goes the perfect game. Not the first time perfect games have been blown with the last out or the last strike to get. Definitely not. Thing was, ooh, no, I think that's going over the little fence. Ah! Oh! Just short of the little fence. Whew! That's okay for a little overthrow there. There we go. I like the double cut system there. I want to talk about that too in a second. First baseman should be over at second base, but we'll get to that. All right, Jody, we kept it in. 7, 8, 9 hitters up. They may bunt just to get 1 run in before the pitcher. I wouldn't advise that, but I might consider. Talk about Thomas, pretty decent hitter. Deep foul ground. What are we saying? Doesn't matter if that's deep foul ground or not. That's an out no matter what. I'm just saying I have the comfort of knowing this. Anyway, so Galarraga, class act when it came to, he didn't blow up. He didn't explode on Jim Joyce in rage over this thing. He took it in stride. He was like, he kind of stuffed the ball in his glove and was, kind of wry smile, kind of wincing and stuff, going like, man, like, I know you're doing your job, man, but you missed it, and you missed history in the making. The thing is, though, and it's kind of a bizarre fate. Good job, Jody. It's kind of a bizarre fate. Armando Galarraga will be remembered more for not having that perfect game than he will for having that perfect game. If he got a perfect game, I kind of forgot that he'd have a perfect game. I couldn't recall the last perfect game for you, and it might have been last year. I don't know. I think Felix Hernandez got one. But, I can't recall last perfect game. But I'll always remember that Armando Galarraga won. Ha-ha! Not enough trap in that one. Good job, Jaro. Way to get that one in. And Jim Joyce, I thought it was going to be a punchline, and I used it once in a softball game when I was coaching. I kind of call out, like, in kind of a funny way. I'm like, Jim Joyce could have made that call, kind of thing to an umpire. Oh, Jaro! Oh, Jaro! Oh, Jaro! Jim Joyce could have made that call. It was like the weekend after this happened or whatever. So it was kind of a thing that I'm like, oh, I thought this would be a running gag kind of thing. Not quite. I don't remember anyone ever saying it since. But Joyce, man, the next day, or the next night, or that night, or whatever, he was so heartbroken. He's had hour-long, not dying. Oh, that is getting out of here! Into the tunnel, opposite field, Monet Scheller, 3 home runs in 2 games. Let's go, 471 feet, Oppo Pop. Let's take it to them again. I do not mind at all. Let's take it to them again. In that last game that we did, we had back-to-back-to-back home runs on 3 pitches. I still recall a game. Now I'm talking more MLB than anything else. I still recall a game. I don't remember who was playing. I remember it was the Dodgers, but I don't know if it was the Padres or who. Dodgers were playing the Padres. I want to say it was 2007 or 2006. Can't remember which one. I remember because I was in a certain dorm. I still remember the dorms I was in and such. Yeah, POTUS! It's like a repeat of what Jaro just did. Slide and everything. He can't get to that. He's got to learn from his lesson there. All right, say split a gap here, kid. Let's get POTUS in to score. Oh, there's only 1 out. Okay. Dodgers playing Padres. It's like the bottom of the 8th inning or bottom of the 9th inning. I don't remember if they were down or what, but they hit 4 home runs back to back. Are they going to slide again? Back to back to back to back home runs. 4 batters in 5 pitches. In 5 pitches. 4 batters went back to back to back to back in 5 pitches. And that might have been a come from behind victory, all told, or from the bottom of the 8th, swinging through and come back taking the lead. Whatever it was something where, whoo, are they going to slide again? Nope. So I'm not going to go home here. Bases loaded. I'm trying to see who's up. I don't know who's up. Hang on. I want to think about my own stupid lineup here. Jodie? All right, Jodie. Jodie's up. All right. Keep it out of the infield, kid. So Dodgers hit back to back to back to back home runs on 5 pitches. You could probably find that online. Now, maybe it was 2011. I say 2006 and stuff. There were 3 different years that I was in this one dorm. And that's why I was saying those other 2 years. And then I was back in that dorm in, 2010. So it might have been 2010. Ooh, almost fair. So I can't remember the year. I'm sorry. It could have been 2010. I cannot remember the year. Oh, Jodie Lewis going off the wall. Let's go. Pitchers can hit. Break the old adage. Here we go. Base clearing double. Help yourself out, kid. Get your mojo back. How Jodie got her groove back. Let's go. Let's go. Keep it up. Taylor, I need to get you back to that 500 average, kiddo. Let's do this. Jodie feeling good. I feel good against the Platypi now. In this ballpark, there's something about it. I can see things better or something. These balls are falling in. They wouldn't fall in the past. Jodie, let's go back. Taylor to 2. See that? To me, that's a fielder's choice. Single fielder's choice. They're going to give her a double because I was rounding. That's okay. All right, Jodie, tag up on a fly ball here. Now I'm power swinging Jaro all the way. I need Jaro to get in her fix. She has 1 home run on the year. It's not enough. I don't think that's getting out. It could. I don't think it's getting out, though. Okay. Tag up and go. Sack fly. Let's take it. Ribby, protect the batting average. There we go. Anyway, so I hit back-to-back-to-back home runs in that 1 inning on 3 pitches. 3 home runs, 3 pitches, which was, I think, which was kind of sweet. Kind of very sweet there. I loved it. Emily comes up, and I got 2 pitches that I did square up. Oh, that's going over the short wall. Yeah, that's going over any wall there. Get out of here, Paige. Something's kicked up. Maybe it's bad pitching. Maybe it's my confidence. But you've seen the last several games, like games like 13 to 20. Not the scores. Game 13 to game 20, where I couldn't get a good inning to save my life. It just wasn't there. Every so often, I got a good inning to save my life, but I couldn't get multiple good innings to save my life. And now, oh, Monet's mojo went down. Come on. She doesn't have to. See, mojo should be part of impact and slumping. She's not slumping. She just homered earlier, I think, in this inning. Unless it was the first inning. I think it was this inning, though. So, Jodie feeling good now that she base clearing double. Hey-oh! Things are going right. I love that this game is deciding, or the baseball gods are deciding to kind of honor me this time, and I'm feeling good. And don't worry, I'm going to get back to some of the other stories I'm talking about. Dodgers 4 homes in a row. Oh, anyway, so Emily gets these 2 great pitches that actually do square up in the sense the reticle goes in the right spot. I foul one off as a line drive, and I hit one hard somewhere. I either lined out or got a base hit. I can't remember what. But I did well. All my pitchers are doing great now, guys. Who's a juiced player now? Let's see. Do I have any juiced? Ooh, look at Izzy, Emily, Tony, and Alyssa. Tony and Alyssa, these 4 have been juiced for a while. I don't know what gives them the juice. I don't know what it is, but don't test them. As my dad always used to say, for some Giants players, and some of them panned out the wrong way. Melky Cabrera, when he came in with the Giants in, I can't remember what year, 2012 or something, can't remember. All-star caliber first half of the season. Anytime he did anything clutch and was hot late in games and stuff, he'd always say, don't test him. Don't test him. What happened later that year? Popped for PEDs. What was it, 50-game suspension at the time? Jodie gets over and gets it. I saw fitness. Someone got injured. I hope it wasn't Jodie. I hope it was Beefcake. Let's see if they sub someone out. Out is Beefcake McStevens. Must have pulled a groin or something going up the line. Come, Chase Trouble, Chase Tabuli, Chase Tabuli, Chase Tibble, Chase. Can't come up with what that is. Anyway, looks like it's an out of position thing. So unless they're swapping his positions, Beefcake is a third baseman, shortstop. Chase is a first baseman, catcher. So you see how his fielding goes way down. I almost want to try and bunt someone at the third baseline and see how that changes fielding. Oh, okay. So Chase goes to first base here. Sandbrick goes to third base. So I see the change. So they got them in the right positions. That's all smart and good. Ooh, Gabby. Gabalicious. Yeah, so Emily's that fourth batter in that sequence, and I'm thinking, fourth home run in 5 pitches, do it like the Dodgers. I didn't do exactly that. I got close. And then I think the hitter after ended up, wasn't that Emily? No, I just talked about Emily. Someone else, maybe Gabby, someone else I think ended up homering maybe later that inning. Maybe it was Gabby. Maybe Gabby did homer later that inning. I can't remember. So anyway, yeah, we had 8 home runs in that game. That was fantastic. I was not happy that the Dodgers did what they did, by the way. I'm a Giants fan, and it was, I think, in a time where I said, oh, Dodgers should lose this game, and then they did that. And it was just incredible. It's incredible drama. It's incredible entertainment. I love watching baseball be incredible. Remember, these guys are higher up in that deck. If you saw my last game, if you watch a righty, when one of my righties bat, you'll see these guys in the second deck for the bullpen. I still remember Cesar Turris. I want to say the right person for the Dodgers had a 20 pitch. Let's go. All right, Cesar Turris I think had a 20 pitch at bat that ended up in a home run. I want to look that up and see if that's true as well. All these are from memory. I don't know what year that was or anything. But Cesar Turris, 20 pitch at bat that ended in a home run. One of the most fun at bats. You know what I really want to see? I dreamt this up, and I'm not sure what the thing is anymore. But I want to see like the most epic at bat of all time, where it has something to do with a switch hitter being at the plate, because you start the at bat on one side of the plate, and then you end on the other side, kind of thing like that. Something where you have a switch hitter at bat. They start the at bat on one side of the plate, and on the other. You have 20 pitches in a sequence, and you end up homering in the end. Something along those lines, like. And you break a bat somewhere in between, and you hit a foul home run at some point from one side of the plate, that kind of thing. That would be the most epic at-bat of all time. And I'm sleepwalking through these discussions because Jodie right now is just doing it. After that first inning of just, or second, well, whichever inning they scored the run, after the inning of just, a little bit. Corner pitching is not a problem anymore. And I'm going to keep the egos where they are. I have 95 for pitching. I'm going to keep it at, that's high. I'm going to keep it at that. Jodie's throwing like the stud that Jodie's supposed to be. Jodie is 2 for 2. Didn't expect that one. Power swinging with her there, and it's paying off. Oh, shoot. I keep doing that. All right. Walt Huckster. Walt Huckster coming into pitch here. Oh, it's their closer. I think he pitched that last game, and we really rattled him. I can't remember. I didn't want to swing at that, but I said, it's a strike. Let's swing after. Let's swing after it and figure out what's going on there. All right. Throwing his change up a little bit there. Oh, there's the fastball. Powered it by good old Jules. Hey, Jules. I didn't want to swing. Didn't want to swing. Whew. Yeah, a couple other things. I think there was another story I wanted to get to regarding something. 3 for 3, Jodie. And that just helps her mojo. I kid you not, man. I do hope Super Mega Baseball 3 is a little more lenient when it comes to mojo swing. I don't think it should either last as long as it does or be as impactful as it does. It's a little too much. I mean, it's worked out for me. It has. And it's killed me. And it's fine. It hasn't killed me as much as it's worked out for me. It's a little too much, man. It really brings people up or down. Like in a big, bad way. It changes things. And what's weird is it's really hard to shake out of one way or the other. When you're really hot, it's hard to not stay hot after that. You've seen Raisa, Jodie, all that kind of stuff. I looked back at one of my videos, and Raisa's home run that went 470-something feet, 3-0, 4-0. I hit the power thing at like, I don't remember the number anymore. I want to say like 85 or 75. It was low. And she obliterated it. And that has a lot to do with, obviously, she has, Paige is a triple shy of the cycle. It's the top of the 5th. I'm going triple. Let's go Oh, I cut it off. Let's go to 3rd. Don't cut it. There we go. I said I'm going triple. I'm not going triple on that. Man, this is a straight up mercy rule, guys. Straight up mercy rule. In regular now I have a real story here. Okay. There are different rules for different softball things when it comes to mercy rule. Mercy rule is basically, it's like slaughter rule. Is that getting out, Monet? Do you have 4 home runs in 2 games? Yes, you do. And the night is young. And you are just clawing away at this thing, kiddo. Where have you been? 8th home run? 8th home run of the year. Mojo going up. Let's keep it going, kid. I want you hot for the playoffs. I'm looking for hot playoff folks right here. And out goes Tugboat Thomas, the catcher. They're going to save him for something. And in comes Hera O'Wugliams. Yeah, so, hey, slaughter rule, mercy rule, and I don't call it slaughter rule, that's just me. Mercy rule in softball varies by league structure, whether it's high school, whether it's ASA or USA or what do they call it, USSSA, and tournament and all that stuff. Sometimes, you know, if you're ahead by 12 runs after 3 innings, you know, they'll say something like 12 after 3, 10 after 4, 8 after 5. That means if your team's ahead by that much, they just call off the game. Pity thing or time saver or whatever it is, daylight, it doesn't matter. Don't let things get too out of hand at times. In high school, the general one, at least in my area, is 10 after 5. And what that means is, again, if you have more than 10 runs more than the other team after 5 complete innings, or the innings in which you've guaranteed their offensive trips to the plate, they've had their opportunities to bat for 5 innings, then the game's over. So if you are up 13-2, and the home team's up and the other team's up, bottom of the 5th, and they score 1 run, make it 13-3, and then boom, they get 3 outs, ball game's over. But if it's 13-4, you play on until you score more than 10 runs, or 7th inning ends, or something like that. Call her off outfield. Let's go. I got it! Now, there are some leagues, I believe mine did this. No, varsity, I believe does. No, JV. JV, I can't remember. I think our leagues did this. There's some leagues that do also 15 after 3. You score more than 15 runs. You score 15 runs more than the other team. After 3 innings, ball game's over. Now, this is universal throughout your league. Jodie. Oh my God. This is universal throughout your league. However, it is still decided upon by the home team. And I don't mean before the game they decide. I mean, if you play at another... I shouldn't have tipped this part off. If you play a game at another park for another, league, like we're a West Bay, San Francisco Bay team, and we played in an East Bay thing, a way different league. Julia! And if you play an East Bay team, come on, Julia! This is supposed to be a double. Ooh, they shouldn't have cut it off. So we played a team in the East Bay, different league, different set of structures, rules, stuff like that. There's some teams that don't have it. Jodie, can you go 4 for 4? You got a 333 average going now, kid. I remember when you were in the 100s. 4 for 4! You want an RBI? Let's just go for it. I don't care. Let's go for it. Let's just go for it. Oh, the mound makes the ball kick out. I love the physics of this thing. And it's not predetermined or anything like that. It's, like they don't cheat and say, we don't want the throw to hit the mound, so we're going to make sure they throw it a little farther or shorter. They played that all based on physics. I loved it. Gemma Yago. Jodie is 4 for 4. Man, once Izzy started hitting, Emily, Jodie, Kylie started hitting a long time ago too, but Kylie's going to go Yako, going to hit a home run in the last game of the year. All this stuff. Gemma Yago. Man, I don't know where this is coming from, guys. It's the top of the 6th and it's 17-1. Give her a base hit. I need Taylor back up at 500 very soon here. I can't steal. That's really mean. But this score right now is 17-1. And let's say it was the top of the 3rd inning only. The game's not over yet because the other team's got to complete their at-bat because they're the home team, all that kind of stuff. Come on, Jaro, beat it. Ah, sorry, I wanted you to join the party there, kid. My bad. Then the game would be over after the 3rd inning there. So we're at this school, and I'm not going to say the school's name, but we're at this school. The coach told me beforehand that this varsity team's run under, they're not a great softball organization. They have one pitcher who's kind of hurt or can barely throw, whatever else, the rest of them can't pitch, all this kind of stuff. We found out soon, it's not that we were killing the ball left and right or anything like that. Pitchers couldn't throw strikes. They were hitting our batters, couldn't throw strikes, a lot of stuff like that. A lot of weird errors. You kind of get embarrassed playing those kinds of games, and you try and figure out what you do as the team who's winning. There are ways where people walk off of bags, things like that. I'll tell you what, I'm not a fan of that on either side of the ball, either me doing it or people doing it for us. I would rather that they play the aggressor and, other people say station to station. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of station to station, and I'll tell you why in a second. However, team wasn't good. Jeez. Jodie, get rid of this guy, will you? Have you thrown the drop ball yet? There it is. Over. Swing it over. Hey, you got time. If you get an error and you bobble it, first of all, never pick it up with your glove. But second of all, don't try and juggle it over and over. Let it drop. Pick it up with the bare hand and go if you have time to do so. Just secure, guarantee yourself, oh, fourth hit of the game. Just guarantee yourself that. Okay. So this, I almost said the school's name. So this school. There was this moment in the first inning when we were up like 12-0 or something. And look, we had a couple of balls ourselves, but a lot of walks, a lot of things where we said, you know, what can we do? You know, we can't even get ourselves out, right? There was this moment where I did consider the ill-fated step off the bags, and I really did. I was about to do it. We still only had 1 out in the inning or something like that. Or 2, I can't remember. But I was considering doing the stepping off the bags after this one batter got hit or walked or wild pitched this thing. Right when I was telling my runner on third to do it, because I was coaching third base. By the way, no base coaches in this game. Triple for the cycle. Triple for the cycle. Triple for the cycle. Right when I was telling my runner on third to, hey, walk off the bag or at least run off early to make it look like you're trying to do something, whatever else. The coach calls time and swaps pitchers. How indecent would it look if after they swapped pitchers that I suddenly start stepping off bags? You know, what if this pitcher does well? What if she does better here? Monet wants a third home run. Monet wants a third home run. 2 home runs last game. They're not going to throw to her. Hey! Ah! Before I talk about my story here in a bit, I was going to say, I still remember a weekend in Atlanta where the Giants played in Atlanta. I might be saying the wrong series suddenly. I might be saying the right series. There are several different things that I'm intertwining. It might have been Colorado or Philadelphia or something. It might have been Philadelphia series. I can't remember. There was some Gabby Morgan! Get out! Get out! Get out! What is this team up to? This isn't raw power anymore. This is power. Now Monet wants a 9th home run as well. We're just getting into this thing. Anyway, there was some 3-game series where I remember Bonds hit 6 home runs in the series. I want to say it was an Atlanta series or a Colorado or Philadelphia. I can't remember anymore, man. Maybe he did it multiple times. But hitting 6 home runs in a series is just incredible. 3-game series. Had a 3 home run game, 1 home run game, 2 home run, 3 home run game, whatever it is. There's one in Sunday Night Baseball, I remember in Atlanta, off Russ Ortiz, where he just hit 2 bombs. And Hank Aaron was in the booth with John Miller and Joe Morgan. And, like, that's what you do. That's what you do on a Sunday Night Baseball broadcast. You hit these 2 bombs off Russ Ortiz there with Hank Aaron watching on Sunday Night Baseball. It was cool. Anyway, I was just thinking about this with Monet. I'm like, man, you hit 5 home runs in 2 games, man. That looks good. They'll say, sorry. All right, are there any subs I can make here in the last few innings? And I'll get back to that other game thing I was talking about. Let's get Callista in this game. I really want to get Callista in this game, so let's move. Let's move Taylor to short. Let's move Taylor to short. Let's put Callista in the outfield. Now in the game, number 55. Center, Jaro. Callista can play second. I'm gonna put Jaro in center. Wait. Yeah, that would have been dumb. Wait, what did I just do? Yeah, that's right. Callista, Jaro. That's okay. Jaro's been fine at second. I like to be able to make those diving stabs and be able to fire it to first with Jaro there anyway. Jodie going the distance. I haven't had to pitch my bullpen, but 1 pitch from Tony in the last 3 games. I'm including this game so far. Pinch hitter, Stu Burko, I've heard of you. I've had to throw 1 pitch out of my bullpen in the last 3 games, including this one. Funky hop. Hey, Taylor has to shuffle a little bit. Not her natural position. That's okay. No problem. 1, 2, 3. Where has this come from? I'll tell you what's helped. And I'll tell you how this is not cheating. It's just my pitchers can hit. And look, Jodie's not the best hitting pitcher there. She has some power that if you put it in play, anything can happen, right? Look at this pitcher. Very tense. Things can go very right for me right now. But when your pitchers hit, their mojo goes up. And when their mojo goes up, they pitch better. So I've had that advantage and that luxury here lately, where it didn't seem like it was working for my pitchers previously. So I will hand it to my pitchers for being able to have that. There are some pitchers who can hit in these things, and it's probably cheap that it has it here. But you know what? I didn't create the rules about not having DP flex in this on Super Mega Baseball 2. Is that going off the wall? Right off the wall. Go for 3, Julia. I don't know if you need a cycle or anything, but... Ooh, I just rid Paige the opportunity of a cycle. Oopsie. That's okay. Jodie's 4 for 4, 368 batting average. Oh my goodness here. Yeah, man, so, hey, so for that game, right? If you're already up like 12-0 in the top of the first inning, sack fly, preserve your average. There we go. Let's do it, Julia. All right, 20 burger. Second game with a 20 burger there. I love it. Yeah, you know, how bad would that look to then step off? That being said, the pitcher didn't perform. I think she gotten out pretty fast, and I'm like, see, good thing I didn't step up. But she didn't perform. So she doesn't perform, and we still get more runs. Right? Now, I was on third base that whole time. I couldn't really talk to my dugout there in the first base dugout. After that, you know, and then after that inning ends, Jaro, get out! Stay fair! Stay fair! Yeah, baby! Carl Yastrzemski style, baby. Stay fair, stay fair. I needed that from Jaro, her second dinger. I've been waiting for that. She kind of skied that one a little bit too, but she got enough of it and it stayed fair enough. And I'll tell you what, at our home park, that's two off the pole now. Callista get into one. At our home park, it's just a little deeper in the outfield that the ball would go over the fence, but it might wrap foul. It might not actually make it fair. Same with Monet's home run in that last game off the pole. That might actually go foul. So, whoopsie. Oh, they're actually putting in a good pitcher. This is a starter, Ace Von Aceson. That's the guy we faced. Look how good he is. He's a little tense now because he's coming out of the bullpen as a starter. But this is how good, and he probably had mojo. That's why we only scored like 5 runs against them. We had a good pitcher we were facing there. But you know what? I'm just feeling confident now. What's wrong with being... Monet! 3 home runs. 5 home runs in the last 2 games. Get it going. A lot of oppo shots from her. Oh, and she has 9. She and Gabby Morgan. Gabby wants 10 now. She wants double digits. This is happening. I don't know how this... Here, I'll press pause right now. I haven't changed ego. Look at the bottom of the screen. 90, 92, all that. Oh, I had 92 pitching. I thought it was 95. It was 95 at one point, and I did lower. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. Maybe if I play another season on Super Mega Baseball 3, we'll try a different ego, whatever. I haven't changed the ego settings, guys. It's been like this. I haven't cut away from camera or anything like that. This is the same ego I had in the game where I got blown up in other games, stuff like that. A lot of good mojo. This is fun. Does POTUS get into it? Oh, I started running back. I thought there was one out. This has got to be the most explosive game we've had so far. Absolutely. Can anyone else pull out of this game here that we might need to? Can we get Jada Walker in this game for any reason? No. We're good. Maybe if I end up pitch hitting for Jodie, if she ends up tanking or something, but I don't anticipate that. So, okay, so anyway, so after that first inning when we scored like 20 runs, I forget how many we scored. We scored a lot. You know, the next half inning, my team's out on the field, so I can't talk to them. So I asked one of my other coaches, because I have Bob and Tony. Normally Bob coaches first base. Tony's the kind of bench coach. I asked, I think, Tony to go coach third base or something like that the next inning. So then I start talking to my players in the next half inning. And I start telling them a couple things. And they weren't being, it was like, I mean, look, it wasn't like good hitting, guys. You know, like, it wasn't a game like this where we were just crushing it and things like that. We hit our balls, but we weren't just crushing it everywhere. It was more of a lot of walks, a lot of walks while pitch, stuff like that. And I said, look, first things first, we need some mini objectives of this thing. And I said, anyone, if there's anyone who puts a ball in play that isn't up, like everyone's gonna hit opposite field, or you're gonna be pulled out of the game. Kind of like that, you know. It's like give yourself a mini objective right now. Practice something, and I'm sorry, Dulce, and let it be. Let it. Oh, what's the word? And you know, let it be a high stakes objective. If you pull it, yeah, they can pull it foul. But if they pull it, what am I doing? But if they pull it fair, they're out of the game. And it's not a punishment. It's just like, hey, I want you guys to try this objective and whatever else. And sometimes you can, you know, whatever. But we, you know, in batting practice, we have a round dedicated to opposite field. And in that opposite field round, still 4 for 5, I think. And in that opposite field round, anytime that they pull a ball, they actually lose a swing in that round, and it's different things like that. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so I had that mini objective. Another one I said is, the thing I don't like about station to station. The thing I don't like about station to station is, you can't get out. If I shoot a ball in the gap, and I stop at first base, the team can't get me out. The reason why the team is in the hole that they're in is because they can't get me out, either by virtue of defense not being great, pitching not being great, whatever it is, they can't get me out. So if they can't get the batter out, and you're going stations, I understand the respect thing of, and I don't tell you the part that I am fine with, but the part, you know, how are you going to get players, right? I understand not advancing on a wild pitch, because there's no way, she's going to go complete game, because there's no way, spoke too soon, broadcaster's jinx, because there's no possible way that you can get out on that wild pitch by advancing. You're only giving yourself a cheap advantage of moving over. I get holding there. And I get a ball in the gap where if you make it to second base by crab walking there very easily. Oh, broadcaster's jinx! Dulce, rob it! Oh, Dulce got up. She almost leapt over the wall there. Do I go complete game with Jodie? Why not? Why not? See, here's the problem. It lowered her mojo, right? What I don't want to do is have this lower her mojo more and more and more for the next playoff game that she goes and pitches, right? I want to make sure her mojo's good. A lot of people are like, yeah, complete game, complete game. It's just an accolade, guys. It's nothing more than an accolade. See, this is the complete game, you know, it's on the fence here. If it was a shutout, it's one thing. This is 3 runs now on 7 hits. 7 hits, it's not, this is Linda Hand, who's not doing very well. You know, Tony threw 1 pitch on that last one there. I want to preserve things for her. I'll throw to this person. Last batter here for her. If she walks him as well. Anyway, you know, here's what I told the players. Guys, if you get a base hit, I'm talking about, yeah, I'm pulling Jodie out. I don't want to lower her mojo for her next game. She went 4 for 5 up to bat. She was throwing tremendously going up into the last couple outs of this inning. Gave up the home run. I know mojo's still locked in, but once a run scores, it won't be. Tony, one more time. He only threw 1 pitch. See, look at this. 0s for Bob, 0s for Brandon, 1 pitch for Tony, 14 for Alyssa 2 games ago. 1 pitch out of the bullpen. Tony, come back in here, you juiced, you know what? And let's go and he can throw up to 101 miles an hour. Hey, 102. They haven't seen that before. Challenge him. Boom! 102. You haven't seen this change yet. 89. 102. 100. Big whopper. Big whopper. Ooh! And that's the ball game. 6 pitches thrown by Tony in those last 2 games. Bearcats win. I don't know what's gonna stop me now, guys. I am 1 game away from, well, if the not the War Dogs, if the Overdogs lose, I haven't sealed my fate, but that means if we win or they lose, our magic number is 1, regardless of what happens here. But really giving myself an opportunity to claim first place in this league here. I still want to talk about that 1 game, just finish it off here. I told my players, look, if you get a base hit, run to second base. Force them to try and get you out. That's how you can get out. Try and stretch a single to a double that shouldn't have been, or that would be close enough that says the defense now has opportunities to get you out. That's what you do. Give them mini objectives at the plate. Try a suicide squeeze. If you miss the bunt, they get you out at home. You know, it's those kinds of things that I think is a respectable way. It might not look it, but if you explain it to somebody, I personally think it makes enough sense. You're practicing something with your team. You are giving them opportunities to give you outs. it has some form of entertainment in this. I don't know. This is entertaining for me because I make this think like this is my players. Monet with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. Champion out there. 420 batting average now. I'm sorry I robbed Stoveland of the opportunity to get her cycle there. I forgot about that, personally. I don't know. She only would have gotten 1 more at bat, I guess. So, what are the odds of that? Might be decent odds there. A couple triples. Okay, wow, great game. I don't know what to say about it. Everyone got hits. Jodie got 4 of them. Everyone got hits. Still say with the 1 for 6. I owed her a start. I was supposed to start her the last game, and something slipped my mind with not starting her. She might even start this next game, but I definitely got to get that win there. Great game overall here. So anyway, what I was going to say was, for that game, besides the whole station-to-station stuff, man, look at those numbers, guys, was, oh, after the bottom of the third, so we had to make sure that we scored enough. So after the bottom of the third inning, I thought that the game was over, and we had like 25 runs, and we were doing what we were doing with the under the impression that that was all we were going to play, and then they said, "Hey, new inning," and I was asking the umpire, "What's going on? 15 after 3, right?" He says, "No, 10 after 5." I'm like, "Yeah, 10 after 5 and 15 after 3." Not in this league. Oh. So, suddenly, they're the home team, their league, they don't do 15 after 3. So, you know what? Neither do we. So we end up winning 43-1. They scored a run. I didn't talk about their offense in any bad way, anything else like that. We won 43-1. I'm not saying I felt good about the game. I didn't. I thought the game was going to end 3 innings. I've heard of 25-1 wins before after 3 innings. Not very often. Scoring that many runs after was not a good way to feel about things. I didn't feel good about that. We won 43-1. I spent, like after a game, they shake their hands and we talk to players after, and we had a long ride home, East Bay, whatever. My players were sitting in a circle waiting for me because I was apologizing to the coach over. The coach wouldn't hear it from me. He says, "I tried to explain to you before that our team isn't good, blah, 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 and you do this to us." And I tried to explain I thought it was 15 after 3. I said I was going to step off for you. Like, I don't know if I said those things, but I was asking, like, what do you want me to do? I think I explained the running scenario stuff. He said, like, can you stop coaching your base? I'm like, first of all, dude, all my coaches are completely adequate people who can coach bases, and they do quite often there. I just happen to be coaching start of the game. You don't know what I do. Second off, I want to talk to my team and coach them and do some things. I had some things to focus on. I really did. So it was just this big little, I don't know. I had to call their AD, and I had to apologize for that to make sure that they weren't going to call my AD or something. Or no, I forget how I did. It was all this weird stuff. I just didn't want complaints to go up the chain in some weird way. This game is a different kind of thing. I'm hitting home runs and doing that. And I said I was going to steal, went up 17-1, and I sure as heck didn't. Whatever the score is, 19-1. All right, so look at the standings here, guys. Pretty soon I'm going to simulate this Overdogs game, and then we're going to see how the Bearcats are going to fare here in the final matchup of the year for Game 27. Game 26, excuse me. I can't math. I'm a math teacher, and I can't math. Can we claim first place in our division? If the Overdogs win, it's still a matter of it's going to be hard for us to not claim first place. The Overdogs would have to win twice, and we'd have to lose. Okay? All those have to fall on the line, so I'm feeling very good about this stuff. Overdogs have to win twice, and we'd have to lose, so I'm not saying that can't happen. Probabilities, I could calculate that probability for you. All right, so that ought to do it from here, guys. From Game 25, Jodie pitching a gem as far as she could. I'm sorry she couldn't last. This is Brandon Robinson. Stay tuned for Game 26 tomorrow. Take care.